Hello, John from Bang & Olufsen in Manchester, and a new product release. We've got BeoPlay H8i and H9i. So I'm going to do separate videos for both of them so you get a detailed look of what's going on. So in this video, let's have a look at BeoPlay H8i and the difference from the old model. So let's check out the box. BeoPlay H8i. Active noise cancellation wireless on-ear headphones. Luxurious lightweight materials. Superior sound and up to 30 hours playback time. Impressive. So what's in the box? Obviously we've got the actual headphones themselves, which we'll come on to in a second. All very nice. There we go, and we've got an arrangement of little boxes. So in here we have our audio lead. So if you do run out of battery, you can plug in the 3.5mm jack plug and use a wired connection, so you're never without your music. The usual guidey stuff. And a nice soft silica gel. Don't forget the silica gel. A flight adapter, which I'm not sure. I don't know, do you still use those things? I've never used one. And we've got the nice soft bag. Ooh, it feels nice. To slip the headphones into. Let's pop them in. I can pop them in there. A little pull string to keep them safe. And a little logo on there as well, that's nice. And some of you will be pleased to see that USB-C has been introduced for charging, so you also get a USB to USB-C charging lead. No more micro USB. Comment section will be very happy. BeoPlay H8i are available in the natural finish from launch and also rather lovely black. The original H8 had the touch controls similar to H9 and H9i, so you could use volume and track and stuff like that, but that has been removed. And since the aluminium touch controls are now removed from H8i, they've been replaced with these tactile buttons. So you've got volume up and down on the sides, and then the middle button you press and hold for Bluetooth pairing. You can tap to play and pause or answer any phone calls. I think a double tap does next track and a triple tap does previous track. So there are a few physical differences between the original H8 and the new H8i. So you can see the aluminium disc on top, because it doesn't have touch controls on the new H8i, sits a bit closer, so they're not quite as big. The old switch that you use for on-off and Bluetooth pairing has been replaced, so this is now a button. So you press the button to power on and power off, and then you slide the switch across for transparency mode, and then they go yellow. So that opens up the microphone so you can hear your surroundings without having to take the headphones off your head. If you slide it across again, it turns transparency mode off, and then the other way will turn on and turn off the noise cancellation. H8i also have a proximity sensor, which is kind of cool. So when you pop them on your head and start playing your music and then remove them, it will pause the music for you, and then when you place them back on your head, it will automatically play again. So H8i are 30 grams lighter than their predecessor, the H8, which makes them a bit more comfortable. They're a bit less noticeable on your head. They've added extra call quality with a dedicated microphone. There's industry-leading playtime, they say. Now with an impressive up to 30 hours playtime. Now I always take up to figures with a little bit of a pinch of salt. Up to 30 hours might be ambitious, but who knows, we'll see. Nevertheless, extremely impressive battery life. Transparency mode has been added. The proximity sensor, as I mentioned before, USB-C charging. There's a 1.25 meter long audio cable, should the unthinkable happen, of course, and you can now connect two devices. So yes, they're £50 cheaper, and they've lost a couple of things, but I think they've added more than they've lost. So what do they sound like? I've been testing H8i and H9i over the last week or so. and I've got to say I'm mightily impressed. So I took home the original H8 and the new H8i to compare them against each other, and after about half an hour or so, 45 minutes maybe, I got a bit bored of the H8. I found them a bit too heavy, a bit too... they're just too bass boosted for me. I mean, they are a nice warm sound, and I do quite enjoy listening to them, but I found myself going back to my trusty H6. With the H8i, I didn't. I kept them on all evening, and I've been using them since, and I've got to say I'm very, very impressed with them. The build quality is lovely. They've added some nice new features with the transparency mode. I quite like the tactile buttons. I love the increased battery life, that's very impressive. And they're just as comfortable, in fact more comfortable, because they're lighter. And as an added bonus, they're £50 cheaper in the UK, which is great. The sounds is, again, awesome. I think I still prefer H9i, they're my new favourites, but these come very close second. The thing that struck me most with H8i is the mid-range performance and the detail. I've noticed stuff in music on these, on some very familiar tracks that I've not really spotted before. The detail's just absolutely stunning. Not sibilant, not too harsh. The bass is powerful and deep without being overblown. Kind of similar to the H9i, but a bit more detailed maybe. I don't know. It's hard to call. Sound is subjective, and what I like you might not like, but they're so worth a listen. They're very, very impressive. And as Aaron and Piper in the comments on my H9 video said, it's almost becoming a bit of a catchphrase at the moment, but B&O, you did it again. The noise cancellation is, well, just as good as the H9i. It's absolutely brilliant. Geared a bit more towards lower frequencies, so it's more effective against human voices, and it does work. It's brilliant. I actually found that sometimes the noise cancelling brought out the voices a bit more in a track, so it doesn't harm the sound at all. In fact, sometimes it even enhanced it, which is really odd, because sometimes I don't really like noise cancelling, especially if you're in a quiet environment. But yeah, what more can you say? BeoPlay H8i. You'll see me in the next video. It's the end of the video, and I always like to pop in a favourite comment. It's one I had a few hours ago from RZNB, and I'm assuming this is a reference to my stupid accent. A up! The speakers be cracking sounding, youth. That made me laugh. Very good, sir. That was on my BeoLab 50 video. And you know the speakers are cracking sounding. That's right, Duck.